Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. I had posted a message on Facebook a while ago mentioning that 36 years living in US, 7.5 years in Egypt and 8 years in Malaysia, I found some commonality in women's mental issues, mental problems, and this actually was not limited to Muslims. In US, I noticed non-Muslims, they had also mental issues and problems, and obviously the core of each, the cause of each one is different. But I just asked if anybody knows what the core is, like the foundation, the real reason why all of this happens. And many people answered me. Some it could be child abuse, maybe not appreciation by the spouse, it could be low self-esteem, it could be not being close to Allah, not following the Prophet ﷺ, his ways. So many response and ideas that people express, all of which is actually correct. These are all correct. There was not anything that was wrong, except none of them addressed the core. What was the core? What is the core? Core, again, the foundation. How do these even start? How? And this is what I wanted to say, is that the core is being denatured from how Allah created us to begin with, to be how we should be. For example, parents, they should love their kids. The kids, sometimes the baby is born and they put the baby in another room. This is, well, me too, because this was the norm in US. You put the baby in the other room. For me, it was because I would even wake up with the breath of my baby. For me, it was mainly because I could not sleep. And then you see people in the Middle East, even in Malaysia, people that have their babies sleep in the same bed with them until they are like 2 years old. Imagine, we think that the babies don't have a feeling. Imagine a baby that's put away and really wants to be with the mother, but is put away for whatever reason, versus a baby that's sleeping next to the mother, father. This is one thing. There are many ways that we have denatured ourselves. Many ways that we have denatured ourselves. All we have to do is look, and each of the problems that we have, it goes to one core, and the core is somehow we either denatured ourselves, or we were denatured by somebody else, or the society did that to us. I mean, take a look, for example, one example that I've noticed for the past 40 years, many women are working, and of course some actually truly have to work. They need to support the family. Nonetheless, whenever a woman works outside the home, something goes wrong. What? The foundation of the family falls apart. She comes home, she's tired, the kids demand, the husband demands, or whatever is her responsibility at home, it cannot get done easily. She's stressed. Stress after stress after stress, but she has to do this. Again, some women have no other choice, but sometimes, for example, in US, I interviewed for many years women that were working, and I asked them, what if the finances was not the problem? Would you be willing to stay home, take care of your kids, take care of the family? They said, no, that's too boring, Or somebody says, no, I want to study, I want to be somebody important. And in fact, in Egypt, when I was in Egypt, when I was going to the American University in Cairo, I took many classes. Almost all my classes had 24 or 5 students. I would say 22 of them were women, the rest were men. That means right now, maybe around the world, women are more educated, especially in the Muslim countries. I have noticed that when a woman is more educated, this is going to be causing a conflict between her and the husband. The husband wants or needs something, and she's tired. Either she's tired, or she demands that he does the same thing. He can clean. I did the same thing. I was a real estate broker in Southern California. My husband we were working together in the office. We come home, we are both tired. I cannot do everything. I would ask him to help with the household. He said, well, my mother never did that. I said, well, your mother never worked outside. So really it caused a conflict for me in my life with the husband that I have. So many things that we can take a look and examine, and we see that we are not how we are supposed to be according how Allah created us. We have denatured ourselves. We have either too much expectation of ourselves or of other people, which is not natural. For everything, that if you go to the core and find where things went wrong, you would find the core of it. Something went wrong that was not natural. Don't beat yourself up. This doesn't mean that we're all guilty of it. No, we are all part of this issue that happened, that we have pulled ourselves away from I wanted to be a housewife. I wanted to be a mother. I wanted to, actually. I couldn't, because my husband was not providing sufficiently for us, or at all. It's just, so I had to do it. The price I paid is, my nerves were not in good shape. I would get angry really easily. I had some issues myself, like everybody else. My problems were solved, alhamdulillah, when I came to Islam and I started putting my priorities together, and I tried to be as much as possible to be a mother. Unfortunately, by then my kids were teenagers. So I as much as I wanted to be a mother that I wasn't, I had lost the chance. So the end result was the bond between us wasn't quite there. And a lot of Muslims complain in US that the bond isn't there, the kids are not listening. Well, we ask ourselves, what did I do? What could I have done? I also know parents that have done everything that they can to provide the best thing for them, the best life, everything, that the love, the attention, the affection, everything is there. But then the kids go astray. They go away. Why is that? It's because the society. My son and my daughter said, well, you're telling us we're Muslim, we do this and that, and then we go outside and the whole world is different than what you're telling us. This is like a teenager is interpreting the society that seems like against what they believe. So all of this caused a lot of problems, and my thought, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought so much healing for me. My healing started when it was too late to do something about my children. So I had a loss there, but I have not lost the hope there. I would say the more we bring ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more we spend time with the Quran, we understand the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and apply it in our lives, the more we get that sakina, that peace in our heart, the more we're able to handle the hardship that we have. But I'm also asking you to please take a look, take a inventory of your priorities, and take a look and see what it is that you can do to change some of the situation that you have, to bring yourself closest to nature, the way Allah has created us. I wish that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us, all human beings, regardless of the religion, to take away the sadness, the hardship, family problems, and bring us closer to Him. And I hope that with this pandemic, all of us, we have more time at home, we take a closer look at our priorities, make some changes that are necessary. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.